Mike Dell's World, number 208.
Don't bend the space-time continuum for me, babe.
Quit screwing around with that thing. You found Mike Dell's World.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
What is up with that? What's up with that?
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
Dude, what's up with that?
Dude, what's up with that? What's up with that?
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a long time. I've got Jim Farley in the shack with me today.
What's up with that?
Yeah, we haven't done that show in, 3 years now at least?
I have no idea. It's been a while.
Yeah, but Jim's in town here, and I figured I'd rope him into coming down here to the fallout shelter and and just shoot the breeze a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, that was fun hearing that intro. A lot of voices that I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, I even got this one.
Dude, what's up with that?
Remember him?
Yeah, that's one guy I do recognize. I still listen to him fairly regularly.
Yeah, so do I. No Agenda with Adam Curry and John C.
Yep.
But, yeah, like I said, we just been plugging along, podcasting, doing different shows. Jim's still doing Musical World occasionally.
It's sort of on a hiatus, but our schedules just are not meshing since Shane started his coffee shop and Dave is changing occupations. And our schedules just are not meshing at all. So, yeah, we're kind of in a holding pattern for now.
Yeah, I know the feeling. When you and I were doing these things, trying to do it regularly, our schedules wouldn't match up, and it's just two of us.
Right.
So,
well, I'd be happy if I could get two of us to do a show out of the three of us, but that's the way it usually was. Two out of the three would show up, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I know you're trying, so that's good.
Yeah.
What else has been going on in the intervening time?
Well, we're up here at the cottage making some cleaning changes.
Some cleaning changes.
We're at the cottage making everything, doing our spring cleaning in July.
Hey, that works for me.
Yeah, giving it a good once over.
I usually try to do my summer project sometime in September.
When it cools down.
Yeah. Although we're supposed to be having a polar vortex here next week, so.
I thought it was this week.
Or this week, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought it was today. Yeah, today and tomorrow. It got cold last night.
Yeah.
I closed up the windows.
Oh, well. I haven't turned the air off yet.
We don't have it to turn on, so.
Yeah, that works, but. Yeah, it's not been too bad around here, but supposedly we're going to get down to where the highs are going to be in the 50s tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to suck.
A little crazy for middle of July, huh?
And a little bit of precipitation to go along with it, I understand.
Yeah, well, we could use that.
Could you?
Yeah, we're a little dry up here.
Really?
You guys down in Ohio have been getting
We've
drenched.
been getting dumped on. We've got plenty of rain down there, and they're getting it today.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if we need any rain at the lake in honor or not. It's the lake's about 8 inches higher than normal. So,
well, that's good actually.
Yeah, it is good.
The Great Lakes are up about a foot.
Yeah,
overall,
that is good.
And
well, you had enough snow.
yeah, tell me about it. Jeez, It started sometime around Thanksgiving and never stopped until at least April.
We were up here over Thanksgiving. We arrived on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and sometime either Thanksgiving night, Thursday or Friday overnight, we got a foot of snow that weekend. So
your wife likes that, though. A little bit.
A little bit, because she doesn't have to shovel it.
Yeah, there you go.
She can look at me, and we actually bought a snowblower for Ohio this year, and it worked for about 3 weeks. It kept all the snow away.
Yeah, I was going to say, it should work longer than that if you just bought it.
For the money we spent on it, I was hoping to get a whole winter out of it, but it waited about 3 weeks, and then it started dumping, and it wouldn't quit, so it got a lot more use than I wanted it to get.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that effect this year. I'm getting one of my tractors all ready to go for snow blowing this winter.
I saw that.
And
yeah, I saw your video. Pretty cool.
yeah, well, one of them I'm restoring to original, and the other one I'm going to modify. And the modified one's going to be the snowblower tractor this year.
Right.
So that should be that should work until November 20th. No, what'll happen is I won't have it all ready, and it'll start dumping in November 1st.
Exactly.
Then when I get it all ready, it'll stop. But hey, whatever. It is what it is when you live this far north.
That's for sure.
But
I don't need any of it. I can do without it.
yeah, well, that seems to be a 4-letter word in your vocabulary.
Yeah, it is. It is. Even though I spell it differently.
Yeah, you spell it like you're from New Orleans.
That's right. Nolans now.
They don't even know
S-N-E-A-U-X.
Yeah, they don't even know what that is down there, do they?
They get a clue of it every once in a while. They actually got some flurries this past winter.
Okay, yeah. I lived near there, down in North Florida, and we had snow one day the 2.5 years I was there, and you would have thought the world was coming to an end.
Absolutely.
I mean, they closed everything. I mean,
Yep.
7-Eleven's closed.
Yep.
I'm like, you had 1.5 inches of snow. What's your problem?
Those people don't remember. All of them are from up here.
Yeah, most of them anyway.
They just don't remember. They've been down there so long, they don't remember what it was like.
Yeah, we get that around here, believe it or not. When the snow starts, everybody forgot how to drive. And you see big old 4-wheel drives in the ditch.
Yeah.
And
I've got a thing about Michigan drivers anyway. I was just thinking about Michigan drivers on the way over here, actually.
yeah, Jim participated in the National Traffic Festival we have here every summer.
Good God.
Well, that's what happens when you cram 500,000 people into a town that's meant for 20 or 30,000.
I was going to say 30,000, yeah. But I thought, well, this is crazy coming the back road, you know what I mean? So I thought, well, it's got to be faster on the main route.
Yeah.
So I cut over. No, dead stopped.
Yeah, it gets a little crazy, especially right around time. This is about 6:30.
Yeah, it's on the way home from work.
So everybody's going every direction, and it seems like everybody that lives west of town works on the east side of town, and everybody that lives east of town works on the west side of town.
Yeah.
Of course, there's nobody coming in from the north generally, since we got a big lake right there.
Right.
But unless they come by boat.
But I had one of those guys in front of me that, in his Subaru that, I thought maybe it was you, but it wasn't the right kind of Subaru. And I knew you were at home, but.
Yeah, and my Subaru's the only one that has an Apple sticker and an NRA sticker.
But this guy was one of those guys that you're in bumper to bumper traffic and he's got a block in front of him before the next car.
Well, he wouldn't want to, run into anybody.
No.
Of course, when you're waiting for a light and you go through 4 cycles.
That's it. When I finally got to 3 Mile Road, he did proceed through the intersection so I could make my turn. But
yeah, well, we just got done with the National Cherry Festival, which is a big cluster up here. I mean, it's fun, but I don't generally participate much.
Well, you guys had the Blue Angels.
Yeah, I had the Blue Angels and had a F-22 demonstration team and a whole bunch of concerts going on all week.
But you probably don't have to go any farther than your backyard to watch.
Oh, no.
Or your front yard. I mean,
I was sitting in the backyard and they were over the house and whatnot. And
Yeah, the week before the Blue Angels were down at the Dayton Air Show, and we go to Gordon and Alicia's house, our son's house. He lives in Vandalia, right there by the airport.
oh, okay.
And we can watch a fair amount of it, except for the close to the ground stuff. They were flying right over the house, like 10 feet over the top of the trees.
Oh yeah, they do it here. I'm if I throw a rock really hard, I might be able to make the airport from here.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
I'm probably a quarter mile from the runway.
Right.
So when they all were firing up, I was down here in the basement listening to my scanner because I like listening to those guys.
Oh, yeah.
I have all the frequencies and whatnot, and listening to them turn up, say, okay, throttle up for takeoff, the four of them at a time, and my stuff's shaking here in the house, and I could hear the jets over the volume of the radio. I had to turn the radio up.
Yeah,
they were right, just down the street from me, getting ready to take off.
So were there only four of them here? Or?
No, it's just when they take off, four of them take off simultaneously, and then the other two later.
Yeah, okay, there were 6 in Dayton, that's why I was wondering.
Yeah, no, they always travel. Actually, they travel with 7. They've got a 2-seater that they take all the media up in.
Oh, okay.
They took that news girl from the local NBC station up, and of course, this is just like the news story that you see every year on April 15th. Okay? Every April 15th at midnight, you got a news crew out at the post office looking at the people in line to put their tax returns in the mailbox. Well, this is the same thing. When the Blue Angels come to town or the Thunderbirds come to town, they always have to have the obligatory hot chick throwing up in the back seat of an F-18.
Where's the brown bag?
Yeah. Well, when I got a ride with the Air Force, when I was in the Air Force, got a ride in an F-16, the guy told me, have bananas for breakfast. He says they taste the same coming up as they do going down. Uh-oh.
The dogs are loose.
There's something going on here.
There's a thunderstorm watch at home.
Let
me put that on shut up mode.
Yeah, I better put mine on shut up mode, otherwise you're going to hear my wife's ringtone probably.
Well, my wife has a particular ringtone too.
Yeah, I'll have to play mine. In fact, I think I can do it right here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Where is it? There it is. See, I got to load it up in my cart rack here.
Yeah.
This is what I hear when my wife calls me.
Ring-a-ding, ding, ding, dong. Ring-a-ding-dong, ding, ding, dong. Ding, 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 dong. Ring-a-ding, ding, ding, dong.
Well, that's a little less tame than what my wife's is. My wife's is just some sweet little piano ditty going on,
Now that fits my wife's personality just fine, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I'd like to steal something from the No Agenda show of late.
Yeah, I've got like 10 of them backed up. I haven't. I'm not driving like I used to, so.
Oh, that's true. See, and I've been doing an extraordinary amount of driving and working outside at the cottage and stuff like that. So I'm catching up more than usual.
Yeah, well, at work, it's a little inconvenient for me to wear headphones like I used to at the old job.
Oh, really?
And then I'm kind of stuck listening to commercial radio, which
that sucks.
It just sucks.
That sucks.
Speaking of commercial radio, let's play a tune here.
All right.
Let's see. I'll let the group introduce themselves.
Hey, this is Aaron Redner from Hot Buttered Rum, and you're enjoying Mike Dell's World Podcast.
Broke down for the first time. It's a long way to the next town. It's a hot day, and I wish I was down in the cool breeze of the beach town. Oh, this morning I was rolling fine. Now there's new troubles on my worried mind. Walking along a broken line. first time. It's a long way to the next town. It's a hot day, and I wish I was down in the cool breeze of a mountain town. Come on, deliver me endless conversation in my head, in the company of strangers swiftly passing by. I'm moved by a strange new wind instead of the old one. Come on, deliver me endless conversation in my head, in the company of strangers swiftly passing by. I'm moved by a strange new wind instead of the old one. There's only one way out, only one way out. But I'm finding there's only one way out, only one way out. But I'm finding there's only one way out.
Blueberry.com is the digital media interface for everyone. Consumers, find great content and create a single RSS feed for all your favorite shows. Creators, post your show and get comprehensive stats and easy-to-read reports. Advertisers, access new markets via hundreds of available content channels that reach across all demographics. The Blueberry Network, online at blueberrynoease.com.
And of course, if you want to order hosting or pro statistics, use my promo code NOBS for a free month. I should change that promo code, shouldn't I?
Well, I don't know. I guess you're going to change the name of the book. So
Yeah, well, I got to change the name of the book. Well, I don't have to, but excuse me. I don't know if you call it a cease and desist, but it's a company called No BS Publishing.
Really?
Is apparently getting a book out about podcasting. So
no kidding.
Yeah, so they were
Well, that's BS.
Yeah, well they were mentioning it to me, and they said, well, we're not going to make you change the name of it or anything, but we just wanted to let you know. And I said, all right, and then I went back to try to go to their website, and it's offline, so they may not exist. So we'll see. But I think I am going to change it anyway. I just have to find the right title. It's going to be all about how to podcast.
Okay.
Which is what my other show is.
Right. Which is...
and how not to cough into the microphone.
You're the one that got me into podcasting eons ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well,
it's a lot of fun. The thing is I don't do it as much as I would like to. I used to love to do this show a lot.
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
And do the What's Up With That show. Used to do Mike Dell's World.
Yep.
Used to do we did that ham radio one with our friend John. And that one actually was fairly successful.
Sure.
It's just that one took a ton of work.
Yeah.
Because,
they all take more work than what you think they're going to.
Yeah, except this one.
Well.
And if we were doing a real What's Up With That show, though, both of us would have done at least a minimum of 10 minutes of prep.
At least 10 minutes of prep.
And back in the day, before we had all these fancier setups, then somebody had to sit down and edit the stupid thing.
Right.
But now, like I said, with this one, we're going live to the hard drive. I'm not
Straight
editing
on.
nothing. I'll normalize the file and out it goes.
Right.
Back in the day, we would record your half and my half, two separate files, and try to put them together. Right. And we drop music in.
Exactly. Drop the music and the promos and whatever else was going on, drop it in. And
I'm a firm believer of no editing if possible.
on the Musical World podcast, it's almost impossible to do without editing.
Oh yeah, well that's a whole different format.
Yeah, and when we do the interviews all in one sitting, and then I insert the music and that kind of thing, the promos or whatever.
Oh, sure.
In between it, so it definitely requires some post edit, but this is so much easier.
Yeah,
we should do it more often.
We should, and I've got just the thing here to make it easier.
Yeah.
See this little hoodookie here?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just it looks like a splitter.
Right.
And all it does is it plugs into my iPhone.
Okay.
And anything I can run on my iPhone will come into this, and I can set it up with a mix minus, and I can use it for doing phone call interviews. I could do it with Skype interviews.
So I
could do it with FaceTime.
We could hook up via Skype on your iPhone.
Yeah, or FaceTime or whatever,
And I'd be able to hear the other side.
Yep, it would be mix minus. And
see, there's no excuse. We ought to just do it.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that. Except for schedules, with each of us having at least 3 jobs.
Well, I'm down to 2.5.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm down to about 2.5, I guess.
Yeah.
So
the theater gig isn't so busy anymore.
Yeah, I went back to graphic arts after a couple years of driving for a living.
Right.
But I'm still doing the driving part time, on the weekends and sometimes in the evenings, and whenever dispatch can talk me into going, I go.
Yep, I heard that. I'm still doing the battery delivering at least 3 days a week, and the music arranging and whatever that goes along with the music, 5 to 6 to 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Depending on check local listings.
Yeah, that sounds like with my podcasting stuff with Blueberry and my own.
Right.
Between all of that, I'm doing at least something with that every day.
Right.
And sometimes a lot, sometimes not a lot. Just never know.
Yeah. And we technically closed down the theater company.
Oh, okay.
Last December. Technically, we're not totally out of it until this coming December because we're keeping it open for a year just in case. But for the most part, we're not doing productions. We're just all too busy, like I said earlier, just way too much going on, and kids and grandkids. And Shane he opened up a coffee shop, and then he got married to a preset family. So
he got an instant family, huh?
Instant family, and all the stuff that goes with it, as well as a new business that he's trying like the devil to make work. So
hopefully that's going good for him.
It is. When you get down there, go for a cup of coffee and a cronut.
Yeah, there you go. Cronut.
Cronut.
I thought that was only in New York.
No. That's where they started, and they cost about 3 times as much.
In Dayton or New York?
In New York.
Okay. Wow.
In Dayton, at Ghostlight Coffee, you can get them for $2.
Oh, geez.
And they're awesome. They're $5 or $6 in New York.
Yeah, but considering everything else is so expensive there, that's probably a cheap.
Oh, it's still awesome in New York, too. They're good.
Yeah, I haven't been there in 100 years.
It's been a while for us, but we keep talking. One of these days, we're going to go back pretty soon.
I came awful close a couple of months ago.
Yeah, you did. Picking up a car.
Yeah, I had to fly out to Rhode Island to pick up a Subway mobile. My wife started a job at Subway.
Yeah.
I forget what her title is, but she oversees 10 stores here in the area, and
like a regional manager kind of thing.
Something like that. And they give her a company car. The only problem is it was sitting in Rhode Island.
Well, that's not a problem. You got a road trip.
So they flew me out there since she didn't want to do it, and I volunteered and drove back and kind of skirted the outskirts of New York City, but didn't stop.
Yeah. Yep.
And by the way, what is it about Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania that they're ashamed of their state lines? Because as I drove out of Connecticut into New York, you would have never known it.
Yeah.
I drove out of New York into New Jersey. In fact, I don't even remember New Jersey at all. I know I went through it, or part of it.
Yeah, just skirted it.
Yeah, and then Pennsylvania. I was 30 miles into Pennsylvania, stopped at a rest stop going, geez, I ought to be out of New Jersey by now.
And you were already
and it was 30 miles in, and it was a PennDOT
you were
rest area.
sleeping or something.
I guess.
Pennsylvania at the state line between Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Ohio's got big signs.
Yeah, they got big signs telling you speed limits and how much you're going to pay for the ticket that when you get it. If you want to speed this fast, it's going to cost you this much and that kind of thing. You know, it's like you know how fast you can afford to go.
And I got to say, my whole trip, the best roads were the Ohio Turnpike.
No kidding.
That was the best road I'd been on the whole trip.
I haven't been on the Turnpike since 76 or 77.
Well, I'm sure they've done something with it since then, but they have these rest areas on that Turnpike that are like the food court at the mall. I mean, there's like 15 food joints in there, and they're just nice and big and huge parking lots.
3 of them are McDonald's.
No, only one. Usually only one. And by the way, I don't like Popeye's chicken anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No.
What's wrong with
disgusting. It? Whatever it was that I had there just did not work.
Oh, really? Well, maybe it's the location.
That could be.
Because I tend to like Popeyes. I don't have it very often.
To.
But yeah, I used to like it. I haven't had it lately, but
yeah. Well, the only place I'd ever had it other than on the Turnpike there was in Texas. We were at where was it? Waco.
Okay.
Dad and I stayed in Waco on our way down to pick up my mother-in-law or drop her off. I forget which way we were going, but we stopped there and spent the night. The only thing within walking distance of the hotel was a Popeyes, so we went over and had Popeyes chicken.
Yeah, I think down south they're going to be a little more. I think they're Louisiana-based.
Yeah, at least they're trying to sound that way.
I think they are.
Of course, Outback Steakhouse is not based in Australia.
No, that's true.
You know, so it could be anywhere. Could be New York City.
No rules, just right.
Actually, it's probably Columbus. Every fast food place in the world's based there,
Columbus,
it seems.
Ohio.
Other than McDonald's and I don't know what else.
At least the hamburger and pizza joints.
Yeah.
Start there. Yeah.
Or, Blueberry's offices are in Columbus. Angelo's down there, and every time I end up down there, he takes me out to lunch, and it's always some new place that, this is the chain, this is the first one, and he's got all the facts and figures, and
Yep.
He's proud of his town.
It's a big place for sprouting new restaurant business.
Yeah, they have this. Was it a chicken place, a chicken wing place called Roosters?
Yeah,
it's kind of like the anti-Hooters.
Yeah, we've got a Roosters in Dayton.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Hooters ain't that good either, but
I haven't been in Hooters for eons.
We got one right up the street here.
Yeah, I know.
It's just as lame as the rest of them.
But yeah, I mean, we might tend to go to many other places other than a Hooters or a Roosters.
Yeah, well, being a foodie town here, we tend to avoid the chains.
Yeah, we do too.
Because we don't.
That's one of our rules when we come up here is we try not to do the chains that we can do at home.
Yeah, except Chili's.
Except Chili's because we don't have Chili's at home.
Right. we got all the suspects in the chains, but we got
them all.
Well, it's like when I lived in Florida, I always got a kick out of it. Right on the beach was a Red Lobster. It was right on, what was arguably the most beautiful beaches in the world. There's a Red Lobster. But if you look in the parking lot, other than the employee parking lot, you would not see a Florida plate.
Sure.
Because just down the beach was this little shack where they would give you seafood on a paper plate and you drink out of a mason jar, and it was 10 times as good and cheap.
I thought you were going to say they dumped the seafood on a newspaper in the middle of the table.
Oh, there was one of those too.
We've been in those too. Those are great places.
There's one of those in Pensacola. It's called the Oyster Barn. And they would just throw the newspaper on the table or then a wax paper, and then they just dump it all on the table.
Crab legs or your shrimp or crawfish or whatever you're getting. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was some good stuff. I never ate so good when I lived in Florida. And we'd go over to New Orleans every now and again just to party. And
right.
Of course, they got really good food over there.
Yes, they do.
But I actually learned how to make beans and rice Cajun style. It's the only thing I can cook from scratch.
Oh, okay.
Not real good at it, but I thought it tastes good.
Well, John Paul's coming up this weekend, so maybe we'll talk him into doing some kind of Cajun cooking and have you guys over.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds like a plan. I can get my wife away from work.
Yeah, no kidding. She works too much now.
Yeah, well.
But mine does too.
Yeah, I think my mom always used to too. So
yeah. Jane went home on Sunday, and I'm staying the whole week because I'm self-employed, and she wants to stay employed. So,
well, she could work from home.
She can, but not some of the things she had to do today and tomorrow, and Wednesday. She's coming back up Wednesday.
Okay, that'll be good.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do we want to do now? Hey, do you remember these?
Idiot of the week. What's up with that? Idiot of the week. What's up with that? People laugh at you. People point at you because you are the idiot of the week. What's up with that?
Anyway, I got
Man, how long ago has that been?
I don't know. I got morons and dumbasses too. So.
Yeah, I did all those in one afternoon, I think.
Yeah.
Just, okay, what can I stick in here? Morons, dumbasses, idiots. Yeah. I think that was it. I think it was.
We used to do all the news stories and stuff. We used to.
And there was plenty of idiots. And morons.
We always find some sort of idiot, and they got their own little plug. See that's what I said. We need to do this more.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Of course, we're not talking about news stories right now because I'm not in front of it. Well, I'm in front of a computer, but Jim's not really in a position to look at
make
stuff.
Something up, but
yeah, So we'll do that at some point. But
yeah, we'll do it again.
I just figured, what the hell? I'd have Jim on here and we'd shoot the bull for a little bit and put it out as a podcast because we're probably going to go shoot some more bull here in a little bit and over a beer at the local restaurant. But I don't know what it is with the frog in my throat today.
Yeah, you need to defrog.
Yeah, defrog. All right.
Like a priest, get defrogged.
And what was it? I had talking about dumbasses. I think we played this on one of our shows a long time ago. But I'm just going to play it. It's a real quickie one.
Okay.
Don't be a cretin if you don't mind, or a jerk if you'd be so kind. But most of all, I'd ask, don't be a dumbass. Try to show some class, or better yet, some dignity and some self-respect. That's all I'd ask, don't be a dumbass. Some are just beginners yet to master their art, and there's some folks out there who were born for the part. They're all around, it's plain to see. Another dumbass is the last thing we need, so do me a favor, won't you give it a try, and don't act like one for once in your life. Yeah, that's all I'd ask, don't be a dumbass. Yet to master their art, and there's some folks out there who were born for the part. They're all around, it's plain to see. Another dumbass is the last thing we need, so do me a favor, won't you give it a try, and don't act like one for once in your life. Yeah, that's all I'd ask, don't be a dumbass. You are saying, don't be a dumbass. You know I mean it now. Don't be a dumbass. Dumbass.
We'll try not to.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, we played that on one of our shows a long time ago when we were doing What's Up With That. I don't have the domains anymore or anything. So,
oh, you don't?
No, if we started that back up,
available.
I'd probably have to buy it from somebody on auction since it was once used. And
really?
It seems like, if you ever give up a domain,
somebody jumps on
it, and it's a spammer site.
With Musical World, a German company tried like crazy to get. We have musicalworld.us,
Right.
and a German company tried like crazy for me to give them. They never offered up any money to buy it from me, but they wanted me to give up the domain, and I was like, well, no, I'm not just going to hand it over to you.
Why would they? What did they have? Musicalworld.com or something?
They have musicalworld.com, and they have it spelled music with a K. Is the main website. Yeah, it was like, I'm not going to give it up without, make it worth my while to give it up. I'm not just going to hand it over.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Dell Computer to come by Mike Dell's world.
Yeah, no
MikeDell.com.
No kidding. Where's he been?
I don't know. He said that Apple would be out of business in 10 years.
That's a fact.
Uh-huh. That was 15 years ago.
At least.
And I've been fully converted, I guess. I've got...
From Dell to...
I've got 4 Macintoshes. I even succumbed to an iPhone with the recent change in phones.
Well, the only Dells I have are old. I don't have the recent purchased Dells. So.
No, they're not bad. If you're going to stay with a PC, they're just as good as any of them.
Yep.
And, but I do have I don't even know what it is. I got a 17-inch laptop. Relatively new. I just don't remember.
Inspiron.
I think it's a Dell. I don't even know if it's a Dell or a compact. I have to go look.
I've got 2 Dell laptops that I used to use for work, and the last one just got replaced earlier in the year, and it wasn't replaced with a Dell. It was replaced with even cheaper, smaller Asus.
Yeah, Asus,
whatever.
Yeah,
it was replaced with one of those that.
Yeah, I've got 2 of those too. I've got a Asus, my Nexus 7 tablet. That's Asus.
Okay.
And then I've got a Chromebook.
Oh, okay.
One of them Chromebook laptops, which is handy as hell. I like that. It's only good. It's just a web browser in a box, basically. But it's simple and quick.
This is basically my battery business computer.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that software on there and my, point of sale invoice software and I can check my email.
Yeah. And
Facebook or
funny anymore. I don't even need to put anything on a hard drive much anymore.
No.
I don't, this computer down here in the basement, my recording computer, that's where I kind of archive things, and got Carbonite and got Time Capsule, external drive that also backs things up. And this is where all my stuff happens that I need software for.
Yep, that's the same way with me. On the laptop for the business, I don't have to do a lot, but in the studio, everything gets backed up in triplicate, and there's a damn good reason why. And,
oh, yeah.
And I just recently experienced it, and I was glad to have those backups, but
it's still a pain.
Yeah, it is. And it's going to be less of a pain the next time because I added one more step this time when we redid it. So I will not have the same issue the next time. It'll be faster and less painless.
Yeah, with Apple, as long as I've got this Time Machine drive going, and I've got, it's only 1 terabyte in the computer, and then I've got a 2 terabyte backup drive, and it backs up several versions of everything too, but you can always pick the newest. But the great thing about it is if I replace the hard drive on this, it might take me 2 hours, and I'll be completely back where it won't look any different than it ever did. All my programs will be there. All my settings will be there. I just did that with my laptop, my MacBook.
Okay.
I replaced the internal drive with a SSD drive.
Right.
And man, did that make a difference.
Much faster.
Yeah, that thing's, it's what is it? 2008, I think I got it. So that's 6 years old. And, laptops don't last that long generally.
Generally, no.
And even if they do last that long, they get slower and slower and slower. Well, this one kind of did that, but anyway, I popped that drive in and popped the other drive in a little external case.
Yeah.
Plugged it in, hit migrate, booted it to the other, to the external drive.
Right.
Moved everything over, and voila, a couple hours, you would never know anything was different except for it just runs a lot faster.
Yeah, I was thankful to have the carbonite because the company wasn't able to pull everything off the drive that went bad. But the carbonite to back everything back up to load it onto the new drive took 5 days.
Oh yeah, you're doing it over the internet. That's pain.
When we came up here over Memorial Day, we came up here on Tuesday, the week before Memorial Day. And we came up on Tuesday night. I got the computer back on Tuesday afternoon, hooked it up to the carbonite, told carbonite, okay, do your thing. And it said could take, hours to several days.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it, it's like, wham, bam, it was done. I'm like, cool, this is crazy fast. And then it went into the next mode. Estimated time 3 to 5 days. Yeah. So I left it running while we came to Michigan. I turned off everything that would shut the computer down, automatically. Mm-hmm. Your updates and such. And my son-in-law went over and checked on it about 3 days later, and he said it still says it's got 2 days.
Yeah.
I said, well, great. We'll be back. We'll be back on Saturday or whatever day it was.
Lucky for vacation thrown in there.
Yeah. The whole time we were gone, it was updating. So
carbonite, the only reason I have that, and I suggest it, and it's not an advertiser here, has been, but it isn't now.
Right.
But the thing about carbonite is if the house burns down, and, my backup drive's gone, the computer itself is gone.
Right.
You get a new computer, you hook it up. Yeah, it might take 5 days, but you're going to get all your stuff back.
Yep.
Or at least all your bits and pieces.
All your data.
Yeah.
You're going to have to reload all the programs.
Yeah.
Because of copyright protection, they can't load in your programs for you. They can't copy those.
Right.
So I had to go back and, get my programs reloaded, and most of them nowadays are, in the cloud. So I had to go back and enter in all my numbers to download and the keys and all that stuff because I didn't have a CD. Didn't have a DVD or a CD drive of it. Just had to go online and get it, and not a problem. But
no, not a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, once I had the software loaded, everything was there for it to recognize.
Well, that's good.
And they were super at Carbonite. There was 2 files that didn't upload, 2 WAV files that were backup WAV files. Mm-hmm. And I told the guy right off, I don't really care. I've got MP3s of the same exact files. I don't need the WAV files. And he still took a half hour trying to find where those files were and why they weren't there. And, why didn't it back it up, So he was really good, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I lost all my back podcasts and stuff, I don't care. For the most part, none of this stuff. It was fun though, going through the back catalog while I was waiting for you at the traffic festival, and finding some of the crazy crap we did.
Yeah.
Back then, but
I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to some of it.
Yeah, well, I hadn't listened to a whole show, but I did listen to a couple of raw recordings when we were using. Remember when I was using Pamela or something on Skype?
Yeah, real early on.
Yeah, and
real early on.
And by the way, we're joined by Banjo, the beagle.
Buddy.
He's like wondering, why are we talking into microphones instead of at each other?
Yeah,
we're throwing the ball for him. That's what he would rather do.
He's a big sweetie.
Yeah, so anyway, I think we'll get this close out. Here's something we haven't done in 100 years.
Okay.
Turn that down, and let's see. Yeah, there it is. Let's see if I can fade that up. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
That was the traditional ending of What's Up With That?
Yeah,
and we got like 3.5 minutes, and I could just keep turning it up if I want. If we started talking too long.
Up and down.
I figure this will be good for a little teaser, and maybe we'll have to negotiate possibly bringing back the show in some form.
We can set up a time once a month or every couple of weeks or something. We ought to be able to do something.
Over the couple of weeks, we'll be able to find some goofy news stories.
Yeah, that's usually not the hard part.
Or we could talk about politics, but
those are goofy stories.
Yeah, whole thing's all goofy. But anyway, we'll crank this up, and I'm gonna have Jim on my other podcast here for a short interview. We'll actually be talking more seriously.
Oh, will we? Oh.
So, anyway, Jim, thanks for fighting the traffic and coming down here.
Well, thanks for having me. I enjoyed being had.
All right, talk to you later.
Later.